Okay, my boneheaded maneuver. There we go. I tell you, sometimes I just get my head's got to get screwed on straight for me to even do any kind of streaming here. Anyways, now with the flip of a switch, I am live. I thought I was live for the past 5 minutes, but no. Some days, man. Some days. I'm gonna shake my head. So, hey there, Jake D. Hi, Alex Moore. Good to see you guys. Just reading about Tesla's Cybertruck. How the first one rolled off the line. Well, we'll see whether they can start pumping them out. Other manufacturers have their own version of the trucks and all that, so we'll have to see what happens here. Their own electric trucks. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Cybertruck? I think it looks. I don't think. It doesn't look good to me. I don't like it. Anyway. Now I got 0 kilobytes. What's going on here? Come on. Pick it up, Restream. There we go. All right. China's economy misses growth forecasts, raising the odds of more support for its tepid recovery. Biden making $20 billion available for Green Bank for clean energy projects. Really? Much stewed stream? Yeah, I know, Jake D. Some days, I tell you. Some days. Anyway. The Biden administration said Friday it's making available $20 billion for a federal green bank for clean energy projects such as residential heat pumps, electric vehicle charging stations, and community cooling centers. What the heck is a community cooling center? 2 programs worth $14 billion and $6 billion respectively will offer competitive grants to nonprofits, community developments, banks, and other groups to invest in clean energy projects with a focus on disadvantaged communities, the White House said. Disadvantaged communities. So what does that mean? Every city? Because from what I've seen, it seems a lot of the cities are not doing very well. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what la la land they're living in, but things do not look good. Sounds like tax dollars at work for me. Yeah. Hey, Alex Moore. Yeah. Salut. It's I forgot to push a couple of buttons and I was like streaming without sending anything out. It was just dumb. Anyways. What do we got here? All 3 programs will be overseen by the Green Bank, formerly known as Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund, which Congress created in last year's climate law. Vice President Kamala Harris called the grant programs announced Friday the largest investment in financing for community-based climate projects in our nation's history, adding, "It's a good day." Yeah, for who? Who's it a good day for? Probably just her. Speaking at Coppin State University, a historically black university in Baltimore, Harris said Green Bank investments would drastically accelerate work to lower planet-warming greenhouse gas emissions while boosting tens of thousands of climate and clean energy projects across America. Yeah. Look, come up here to Canada during the wintertime, and you tell me how much the temperature has risen to warm it up here. All right? You start beaking off about how stuff is warming up, I don't believe you. We need Wupstutska now more than ever. I am chief mechanic of Wupstutska, and I agree with this. We need it now more than ever. The federal investments mean that developers who build affordable housing in cities such as Baltimore will now have the capital they need to install energy-efficient appliances in new units to lower energy use and help tenants save on electric bills. Harris said small business owners also will be able to receive zero-interest loans to purchase electric delivery trucks, reducing pollution and saving on gas. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water, she said. When we help folks upgrade their heating and cooling systems, we lower the cost of electricity so working parents have more money for groceries and home repairs and school supplies, and think of all the jobs and investments we create. Okay, let me ask you this. If you have something that is highly energy efficient and you don't use as much electricity, is the power company going to like that? I don't think so. I think they're going to hate that. So what they're going to do is they're just going to increase the rates. They'll give some fictitious reason to raise your rates because you have a more efficient use of electricity and you're not using as much as you used to. And so they're going to lose money, they're going to raise the rates, and nothing's going to matter. It's all just going to be, you're going to pay the same, even when you think to yourself, oh, I'm so energy efficient, I'm not using as much energy. But they're going to raise the rates. So that's what they're not going to tell you. Where else are we here? Environmental Protection Agency Administrator Michael Regan, whose agency oversees the $27 billion Green Bank, called it a way to tackle the climate crisis and reshape the economy at the same time. The three programs will offer transformational resources for many disadvantaged communities that are passed over by commercial banks and investors. These communities have been left behind in the transition, and it's going to be a strong signal to the market for us to pull private capital off the sidelines in urban and neglected areas, Regan told the Associated Press. Applications under the program are due this fall, with grant awards expected next year. I guess we'll have to nationalize those greedy, money-grabbing power companies. Let the government show them who really runs it. Exactly. Yes, Jake D., you are right. The $6 billion Clean Communities Investment Accelerator, meanwhile, will provide grants for up to 7 nonprofits that will work with other groups and provide access to investments needed to deploy clean technology projects. Hundreds of community lenders, credit unions, housing finance agencies, and other institutions will finance clean energy projects within low-income and disadvantaged communities, the EPA said. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen, a Democrat who first introduced legislation to create a national green bank 14 years ago, said the grants will accelerate deployment of clean energy in underserved communities such as Baltimore that has disproportionately harmed by pollution and climate change. Climate doesn't just pick one area. You know, it's not like, oh, Baltimore, I'm just gonna raise the temperature in that area because I'm the climate. You know, like these guys are nuts. They've got no brains at all. You know, I mean, they're just doing what they're told. I mean, first it was, the coof and then getting the jab and all that, and they panicked people, forcing them to lock down, and now it's going to be this thing now. It'll all be the climate crisis, and you'll have to stay in your house and not be allowed to leave. Let's see here. Oh, sorry, just got a little distracted. Just somebody sending me a message. The Green Bank could help finance cooling centers in urban areas suffering from extreme heat, as well as charging stations for electric vehicles, retrofitting buildings, and installing efficient heating, air conditioning systems. This is really about ensuring that every person in this country is experiencing the best quality of life as possible with clean energy technology providing that landing. The Green Bank, modeled after similar banks established in states such as Connecticut, New York, and California, is expected to unlock billions of dollars in private investment, Regan and other officials said. Private investment? only if they're going to get a return on their investment. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. I don't trust anything these guys say. Jake, do you need a grant? Can you have one? Sure, man. Why not? Have a grant. Seems like a good idea. Republicans in Congress have criticized the Green Bank, calling it a taxpayer-funded slush fund ripe for abuse. Sounds like it to me. A GOP energy package that passed in March would repeal money allocated to the Green Bank. Rep. Gary Palmer, RALA, said the fund would benefit Wall Street firms but would not lower the cost of heating for American families. House Energy and Commerce Chair Kathy McMorris Rogers and Arwell said the Green Bank was rushed into law with no accountability or oversight necessary for taxpayer stewardship. Reagan disputed that, saying officials spent a lot of time designing this fund. He pledged a very rigorous reporting system on how these grantees are investing this capital, adding, it's all designed to be tracked in investments and low-carbon strategies, especially for those who otherwise would not be able to participate. I don't like it. It doesn't sound good to me. It's a joke. This thing they figure they're gonna be able to do all this stuff. It's not gonna work out well when, like I said, the power company is gonna raise electricity prices. They have to the infrastructure just for making all those places to charge your car, that needs to be implemented. Do you think everybody can do it right now? No, they can't. You need a separate pony panel ran out to your garage or wherever you charge your car, because you don't have the capacity in the one that you have in your house. Like you've got your electrical panel in your house, and that's probably maybe just 100 amp service. So yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. They figure that it's all going to happen. Like build up that infrastructure, otherwise you're just not going to do it. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just looking through here. I remember back in the 80s when the world was going to freeze in 20 years, then it was definitely going to run out of the food by 2000. Oh, and don't forget Y2K either. How many apocalypses have? Yes, exactly, Jake D. And in fact, if you want to watch a good show starring Leonard Nimoy, our very own Mr. Spock, it's called In Search Of, and we bought it off of Amazon. It was the full series, but that was made in the 70s, and they talked about having another ice age. They're like, oh yeah, we're headed for an ice age. So that was the big thing. That and acid rain, because of all the pollution, the sulfur dioxide and all that mixing with the clouds and everything like that. That was also the big thing in the 70s, was acid rain. But obviously they helped to fix that up by putting a lot of scrubbers and things on smokestacks and not polluting as much. Yeah, it was, yeah, and then the 80s it was something else, and then the 90s, and yeah, Y2K was coming out, was a big scare and a scam. You know, it's pretty crazy. So, you know, that last thing, the coof there, where everyone's sick and everyone's needs to get forced vaccinations, and I do mean forced. They'll say they didn't force you, but it's like, oh, you cannot get it. You know, you don't have to get it, but we're going to make your life extremely difficult if you don't. So, to me, that's forced. And now it's climate. Here we are. Here we are at climate now. Gonna have to force people to lock down to save the planet. Oh, you don't want to cause global warming, do you? Because it's your fault. If you cause the global warming, you cause the climate to change. That's your fault. You know, you got to pay all this money so we can fight the climate. There is no fighting the climate, by the way. You don't fight climate. It's just ridiculous. Where's Captain Planet? He's our hero. He'll take pollution down to zero. Oh, yes. Go planet. Electric vehicle company, Lion Electric, raising $142 million to fund growth. Railway container shipments plummet due to BC port strike that's poised to end. Chipmaker Foxconn exits a semiconductor joint venture with Indian mining company Vedanta. EPA sets stricter limits on hydrofluorocarbons used in refrigerators, air conditioners. And Canadian unemployment rate rose to 5.4% in June as economy added 60,000 jobs. Ontario Power Generation and Province plans 3 more small modular reactors. Gee, they're doing nuclear. Go figure. The only thing about nuclear is when you're done with the spent material. That's the only thing. If you can't get rid of that in a good and safe way, then, it's terrible. Other than that, hydroelectric is okay. Yeah, tax Canada. No, Jake D. Bad Jake D. We get taxed enough here. We don't need any more. Alrighty. Well, that's enough of the news to get my blood boiling and have a bit of a rant. Moving along, if anyone is curious, there are many, many trades to get into. You can be an agricultural equipment technician, you can be an appliance service technician, auto body, and there's several types of auto body. You can be a prepper, a refinisher, a repairer. You can be an automotive service technician, which is what they call now a auto mechanic. A baker, a barber, a boilermaker, a bricklayer. They can donate the material to Wupstutska. We will see it is properly disposed of. Oh, I'm sure. Probably use it in live ammunition, comrade. The spent nuclear waste. You can be a cabinet maker, a carpenter, cathodic protection technician, communication technician, a concrete finisher, a cook, crane and hoisting equipment operator for a boom truck or a mobile crane or a tower crane, a wellhead boom truck operator, electric motor systems technician, electrician, elevator constructor. Yeah, communication technician. You like that one, Jake D? Let's see what's involved in that. Zoom in a bit here. Communication technicians install, maintain wired or wireless networks for consumer and business communications. They also maintain and repair various types of radio frequency transmission and switching equipment used to provide communication services. To perform these functions, they must be skillful at using hand and power tools, trained in products they support, capable of integrating wired and wireless technologies, and skilled at testing procedures to locate faults and isolate defective components. Those authorized to perform the restricted activities of this designated trade include sponsored apprentices, certified journeypersons, individuals deemed qualified by their employer, and self-employed individuals. Here's the program information. Apprenticeship. Term of apprenticeship for a communication technician is 4 years, including a minimum of 1,500 hours of on-the-job training, 6 weeks of classroom instruction in the first 3 periods, and 8 weeks of classroom instruction in the final period. Classroom instruction for this apprenticeship program is currently suspended. Information about this suspension and how you can continue to progress in your apprenticeship is available here. That was probably due to the COOF. Apprentices are expected to demonstrate progress in their apprenticeship program within 18 months of engaging in an activity that will lead to the completion of a period of the program. Upon successful completion of the apprenticeship program, the apprentice will receive a journeyman certificate and educational credential. You can earn a journeyman certificate based on work experience. Requirements of a communication technician are a minimum of 72 months and 9,000 hours of work experience, a successful theory exam, and an employer declaration letter. How much? What do you mean, Alex Moore? Like how much you make? Or how much for the to get into the schooling? Recognized credentials. The requirements for a communication technician are a valid recognized credential from another jurisdiction and a successful theory exam. A high school student can become an apprentice through the Registered Apprenticeship Program and gain credits toward apprenticeship training and a high school diploma at the same time. A student involved in the career and technology studies stream in high school may be eligible for credit towards the apprenticeship first period training. Oh, to get in. If it was in the market, we'd probably try that out. However, IT is glorious. Yes, I know you got your IT thing, didn't you? I think you reported that back a while ago. Well, let's have a look here, Alex. See what it takes to get in here. Oh, you know what? It's going to... Like, this is just the government website, but then you'd have to look up whatever... you'd have to look up whatever schooling is close to you, or whatever trade school is close to you. So I will look that up. Not that. Communications technician. Hello, nurse. Yes. That is why I like using Brave as my browser, because I can set the background to whatever I like. Oh, no. What was that name again? Communication technician. Well, it says here Bachelor of Applied Information Systems Technology. I don't know if that's it. Construction Management, Engineering Technology. Like, where's it going? Programs everywhere, yeah. Try to figure it out here. Like I say, depending on where you are. So where I am at, I am like by the Northern Alberta Institute of Technology. And things are not that expensive as far as getting for doing your apprenticeship and such. Your books are expensive, of course. These ones look like they're like $600, $700 per term, $300 and then $600. So those are be expensive. And it depends on how much time you have to spend in the classroom. Yeah, college books, Jake D. Yeah, angry Jake D. Yeah. Trying to see. Oh, they even have job postings. Look at that. Entrance requirements. There's a curriculum guide. There's an apprenticeship training catalog. There's actually a financial assistance, exam prep center, all sorts of stuff. Okay. I don't know if they have this in other jurisdictions or whatnot. It might be different in the US. So on the left we have minimum requirements, and then on the right is the recommended path. So they tell you what you need for English and math, if you're going into category A or category B or category C. Communication technician is category B. So you need English 20, math 20, science 10, or a pass mark in all the Canadian General Education Development tests, or an entrance exam. What they'd recommend is you have English 30, math 30, physics 30, or chemistry or science. But, you know what? Minimum requirements. Good enough. Good enough to get in. What do we got here? Communication technician, temporarily unavailable. Okay. You think there's an FCC license for commercial radio operators to be certified to repair certain things here? Oh. Yeah, you got to listen to the FCC, I guess, eh? It's only needed for aviation and maritime equipment. Oh, all right. Well, moving along from that, it can be a field heat treatments technician, a floor covering installer, gas utility operator, gas fitter, glazier, hairstylist, heavy equipment technician. And speaking of heavy equipment technician, I am in the works trying to get someone who is in this trade as a guest. So hopefully next week, or maybe the week after. I'm still trying to iron out the scheduling, but I will have a heavy equipment technician on the show. And they'll have some really good stories and hopefully some good pictures to show you guys. You can get into instrumentation. You can be an industrial mechanic. That's what I am. An insulator. An iron worker. Landscape horticulture. A lather. A locksmith. A machinist, metal fabricator, a motorcycle mechanic, natural gas compression technician, oil and gas transportation services, outdoor power equipment. You can also be like recreational equipment if you're an outdoor power. So that'd be working on like quads and stuff like that. Overhead door technician. How do you become a TikTok slut? Well, first of all, get yourself a hot tub and a bikini, and make sure you log on to install the TikTok app on your phone, and then just go to town. Make brainless noises and stare at people and stick your tongue out and stuff like that. I think that's how you do it. You can be a painter and decorator, a parts technician, a plumber. Plumbers are always in demand. Power system electrician, a power line technician. That's when you're working with the high voltage stuff. I don't know, man. Working with that high voltages, whew. You got a recreation vehicle service technician, refrigeration and air conditioning. That's important too. Summertime rolls around, everybody wants their air conditioning to work. Yeah, plumbers pay good taxes. They do. Plumbers are, nobody wants water leaking all over their house. Be a roofer, climbing up and around all the roofs and everything like that. Sheet metal workers, yeah, they call them tin bashers, but sheet metal work is really, if you can be a good sheet metal bender and make stuff nice and neat, you'll always be in work. Slick line services, snubbing services. I take it that has to do with oil. I don't know. Need to nationalize plumbers? You can be a sprinkler systems installer, steam fitter, pipe fitter, steel detailer, transport refrigeration technician, water well driller, a welder wire process. So yeah, there's like stick welding and there's wire welding. Personally, I think welders should be good at both of them. You shouldn't just specialize at being a wire welder, because you may encounter a time when you need to use stick. So there are so many trades out there. Then we can allocate high school students into plumber jobs according to their ability and the current needs of the state. Yeah, why not? Yeah. Also, for your appliances. You want to be an appliance service technician? Your local plumbers were very busy installing bidets when we had our toilet paper emergency. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. It's like, oh, no toilet paper? It looks like I'm buying a bidet. So yeah, and you don't just have to do like residential and commercial. You can be like an industrial plumber, because they're always running pipe and such for either air compressors or stuff like that, or water cooled equipment. They have to know how to do that. I think there's also fire technicians. Let's see. No, I guess not. They must be under something else where the guys deal with installation of fire suppression. Because that would be one to get into. All they do is I guess it would be a sprinkler system installer. That must be it. They'll come in and they'll hang the pipe and put it in. Well, there's a video here. I don't know if they'll like us playing it though. Sprinkler systems installer.
Are you hands-on and able to follow drawings and plans? Do you enjoy precision work and like the idea of working with pipes, pumps, and hoses? Are you comfortable being on ladders and scaffolds and occasionally working in tight spots? If so, then you could make a splash as a sprinkler systems installer. Sprinkler systems installers build in hospitals.
Come on, let's show us some stuff here. There we go. Look at those Victaulic couplings. Look at that.
We might work in office buildings, hospitals, warehouses, basically any building that has a fire protection system.
And so many places need sprinkler systems. You never know. You knew the Europeans would get us shooting water up our asses one day. First they get you using Mitrix. Next thing you know, you're sitting on a super soaker. Pretty cool. Attention gained. Hey, that one guy. How you doing? We're just looking over the what you need to have for being a sprinkler systems installer. Yeah, you got to go to school for 4 years, minimum of 1,600 hours on the job training. I'm glad you're good. Yeah. There's related trades to that. Gas fitter, class A and B, plumber, steam fitter, pipe fitter. I'm doing just fine. It was a little rocky start to the stream, but, you know, I eventually got things figured out. You were a heavy weapons guy. You had the backpack super soaker. Nice. Hey, Godzillionaire. Is Gaslighter a trade? I'm sure there's a lot of people that practice enough at it. They can call themselves a journeyman gaslighter. I'm sure they'd be very proud of that. No, that's good. I mean, a lot of places need sprinklers, and they're always, you know, no matter what, you always have to get them checked yearly. So no matter what, if you're in this trade, you're always going to some place to check it over for them and make sure it's okay. And I can remember we'd have, you know, something would happen and either the pump would give out or, you know, you'd get leaks in places and stuff like that. And it's like, well, we can't touch that because that's a sprinkler technician's job. And we are not qualified for that. So got to call them up, tell them to come in and take care of it. And they get paid the money for the emergency calls. That's for sure. You had to deal with a FedEx cross-border shipment from French Nadia. I saw Merci on the invoice and I nearly died. Oh no! What are you ordering from Quebec there, Jake D? Eh? What are you talking about? Maybe you got some baguettes or some croissants? Not qualified? Union BS. No, that was actually non-union. Where I worked at before, we were non-union, but we weren't allowed to touch it. First of all, none of us knew how it worked, and secondly, the management was like, "No, you got to call those guys." So they did it that way. What are your entrance requirements? Oh yes, here we go. Sprinkler system. What do you need to be the sprinkler system? Oh, okay. You're in category B. You need English 20, Math 20, Science 10. That's the minimum requirements. The recommended ones are English 30, Math 30, Physics 30, or Chemistry 30. This is all high school stuff, by the way, in the province of Alberta. You're used to redneck maintenance? Hold my cigarette and watch this. Yeah, that's how guys end up on those YouTube videos of things blowing up. Look for the union label. Yes. Well, there's nothing wrong with unions. I'm in one now, and at least it keeps the management from walking all over you and doing whatever they want. You can hold them and be like, no, you can't do this. You have to, either have a letter of understanding or whatever you want to do. But you have to go through, there's rules and steps to go and do things. Like they can't just grab a guy from one crew and throw him onto another crew. They gotta go through a step by step way of doing things. It's like, okay, well, we'd like to move you over here. Okay, so your last night shift will be here, but if you could hold off and go on to days here. It's just the way to hold them accountable. You always felt that the bottom 10% of the union that are utterly worthless ruin it for everyone. You know what? You're right. I feel the same way. It protects the guys that are lazy, and it's just infuriating for the guys that aren't. That's how Oppenheimer made the bomb. I want to go see that. That looks like a good film. Obviously, it's a period piece set in the 1940s, but yeah. Guy that created the atom bomb. Welder's a good one. Plumber, we already said that. Parts technician. Usually you don't have to manhandle too many heavy stuff as a parts technician. You have mixed feelings on unions. You worked on non-union dock and it was unpleasant. Yeah, I could see that. You would become a Barbie girl in a Barbie world? Well, Godzilla, I didn't think that was possible. Are you wrapped in plastic? Is it fantastic? Barbie was a big hit in Japan, not as big as Oppenheimer though. Oh, I thought Oppenheimer would have been a big hit. Yeah, it's a big point of contention, I think, for the Japanese. After all, the US is the only country that has dropped a nuclear bomb on another country. I think crane operator would be good too. I've got well, I guess it's expired now, but I used to operate a small crane, and if you are under 8.5 tons, you don't have to have a crane ticket. You just need to get the training from a crane operator. And I operated a small carry deck crane for about, 10 years. Where I was at, it was a tool of the trade, so it was easy. It made the job easier for when we were removing motors and gearboxes and such like that. So we did all sorts of stuff with it, and I was very happy to be a crane operator. It taught me a lot. And you have a lot of responsibility as a crane operator. If you don't like something about the lift, or if you don't like something about the rigging, it falls on you to make it right, or you don't do the lift. And to do that, crane operator for a mobile crane, what do we need here? It's 3 years, including a minimum of 1,600 hours on the job, 6 weeks of classroom. Apprentices are expected to demonstrate progress. Yes, demonstrate progress. Apprentices may attempt an interprovincial exam in the final period of their training. Minimum of 54. Oh, if you're in the trades qualifier, you need minimum of 54 months and 7,560 hours of work experience. Job postings. There is job postings. Oh yeah, crane operator, boom truck operator, mobile crane operator. $40 to $55 an hour. That's pretty darn good. Wow. Okay. Yeah, nice. I don't know what it's like in other states, but these guys have a lot of information. Like, honestly, you can look up just about anything, and you can find out the salary, what's the demand like, how many people are employed. It is quite amazing. I want to look up how many of them are in my profession. What kind of, in demand. Pretty high in demand. Average wage, $42 an hour. 14,900 are employed. Average salary, $83,000. Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's Canadian dollars, by the way. The glorious state is not big on giving information. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, no, that's good. Should have looked at that when we were doing the sprinkler technician. Let's see what they say here. Sprinkler technician, sprinkler systems installer, trade profile. Whoop. Oh, it says they're in demand too. Average wage $40 an hour, average salary $86,000 a year. Only 5,400 employed. Oh, there's some listings too. Oh, they're actually hiring an apprentice, sprinkler systems installer apprentice. Wage from $21 to $50. Fire sprinkler fitter, $41 an hour. Pipe fitter, $48 an hour. That's not bad. Pipe fitter, steam fitter. Well, it seems like this is in demand, so I don't know what it's like in you guys' area, but seems like in Alberta that's all right. They looking for sprinkler systems installers. So that's good. Keep running into people you worked with 15 years ago because nobody wants to do technical work anymore and the pool is getting shallower. Okay. Yeah, it's the shortage in the skilled trades I always talk about every stream. A lot of the people I went to school with, they went into computers and such. I think I was the only one, I shouldn't say the only one, but I was one of the few that went into the trades. Because I think I could see that, there's going to be too many people going into computers and then it's going to be just a flooded market and people won't be paid very well. They're going to be a dime a dozen. Yeah, like Jake D said, who wants to be an engineer when you can raise awareness on Thought Talk? Have you guys seen that new thing now? What is it? NPC something? What is it called? NPC fetish? Silly. There are no thoughts in engineering. It just, it hurts my brain. It hurts my brain that I see that. And I say to myself, you know what? I wish I didn't see that. It just makes me think that, I'm done. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. You thought TikTok was an NPC fetish? It's just, it's terrible. Makes you lose your faith in humanity. But yes. Oh, okay, that's enough of this. Let's switch it up. Just think, you can ask for double your salary in 10 years, but with inflation, you still be making less. So yay! You got that right, Godzillionaire. Alright, let's shut that off, and I'll fire this up. I don't remember if I showed you guys last time. When you get the anime beach scenes? Oh wait, wrong stream. Yeah. Yeah, that's Sunday. Come on, Godzillionaire. I know everyone's liking the beach theme. I'm glad I brought it to you guys' attention. Glad I thought of I'm like, how can I get their attention? What can I do? And it's like, ding, summertime, beach scenes. So, beach episodes, they're fun. Okay, before we get into the pictures, it's time to talk about something important.
Oh, hey there everybody. How are you? Well, I don't always play video games, but when I do, I make sure to safely make a safety save in a safe environment. And if you don't know how to make a safety save, well then make sure you check out Pop Culture Mechanics, 9 a.m. Mountain Time and 10 a.m. Central on Saturday mornings, where you can learn how to make a safety save that you might be so excited you could dance if you wanna. So, come on and check out Pop Culture Mechanics on Saturday mornings. Going to see you there. Bye.
Finally! Yes! Whew! My God! There you go. Always do a safety save. If I do a harem anime month, I'll break Jake D. Nothing like good harem anime. Those are pretty fun. Did you call out your remote job after Sunday? You were in touch and go for a while. Ooh. So yes, let's have a look at some pictures. Let's see if I can throw some out there for you guys that maybe you haven't seen yet. Oh, I got some videos actually. Let's see here. Do this, and do this, and do this. And I think I want to display capture. Yeah, there we go. Here, and make it bigger. There we go. So, this happened during shutdown. One of the companies we had out there decided to drive off of our pavement onto the gravel. Well, the gravel is very soft that time of year. And so I'm up on top of the platform, and I'm watching these guys getting ready to pull these guys out of there. So they had to call the tow truck. There's nothing else we could do to get that guy out of there. The crane, boss, the crane. You remember his name? The guy that you would say that? They called him Tattoo on Fantasy Island. It was Hervé Vilicek, I believe. Oh no, a trucker being ignorant. However could this have happened? Yeah, I'm not sure how he's lifting them up. Those guys in the foreground, those guys are doing some high pressure washing of equipment. Can you imagine being able to talk like Ricardo Montalban? Yeah, before he was famous as Khan on Star Trek, he was quite the... he played the very Latin lover kind of guy in some movies. Three guys doing high pressure staring. Yeah. Well, they got to make sure that this guy isn't going to do anything stupid. The tow truck driver, I mean. Women would swoon? Yeah, they would. They would swoon over Ricardo Montalban. That level of debonair, suave, and charisma. Yes. I don't know. It takes them a while. It certainly moves slow to lift that truck up and out of there. You swoon over him, those glazed biceps and chiseled chests. Truly a paragon of masculinity. Back when Hollywood cast leading men, not Tom Holland. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if the tow truck driver decided to try something different. Or if he got it to where he's... Because he looks like he's pulling another line off. It looks like he's lifting up one end and he's going to pull it over with the other end. When men were men and John Wayne was still in the Corps. Oh, you know it. You'd have forklifted that bad boy out of there and probably gotten the forklift stuck. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I guess some guy going in there, I'll lift it out of there, and then he gets stuck himself. Then you gotta go get the bigger forklift. Oh, okay, so he's throwing looks like he's throwing it over there, throwing over a sling. A little shaky because I'm like max zoomed out on the camera, or zoomed in, I should say. So as far away, it's pretty far away what I'm looking at, so that's why it's so shaky. Bet you that tow truck guy's seen it all. Oh, probably. This is probably easy for him. He's like, oh yeah, this is nothing. Once sat at the lake watching three morons try and get a Jeep unstuck from the silt. It was glorious. We don't have traction, going full throttle is obviously the best course of action. Yes, Godzilla. Don't you know? Foot to the floor. Giver. Yeah, that is funny. Just like to say hello to everybody on the Kick side and on Rumble. And, you know, the usual YouTube buddies that come by. Oh, there we go. Now we got three. Now we got three guys there. I think we're getting towards the end here. Yeah, there we go. I got one more. I think he actually moved it on this one here. Let's see. There we go. I tried to pull the Jeep out with a four-wheeler and a winch. Then the four-wheeler got stuck. Oh, man. You've never done a load with CETA? I'm not sure you want to now. These guys do high pressure washing. So they don't like haul they're not a transport company. They're actually like high pressure washing and such. At least that division. Legitimate question. What's the difference between the black jumpsuits and the bright orange ones? Ah, different company. That's all it is. So our guys wear the dark blue and gray helmets. Those are our guys. And other contractors and other companies, they'll wear orange or light blue. But we're always in dark blue and gray helmets. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. This camera is just like visiting a home team. Yeah, there you go. You guys are still cleaning those pieces out. Those are, what they're cleaning out are, what the hell do I call them now? Heat exchangers. They're cleaning out heat exchangers so that it will do an efficient transfer of heat. Okay, well, is he slowly getting it up there and off? Well, looks like it. You do different helmets for different job functions. You used to have different ones based on crew chiefs, etc. Not where we are right now. I have worked at places where it's like electricians are yellow helmets, millwrights are, blue helmets, white hats for supervisors, and brown for instrument techs. But no, we don't do that. Oh, looks like he got him. Like he moved him over. Back onto the pavement. There we go. Zoom out a bit so I'm not as shaky. I hope. Place you worked at used the helmet color to keep management personnel out of dangerous areas. Oh, white helmet. You're going to die here. No, that's good. I mean, you really got it. And green, obviously, is for guys that just started. Brand new. You wear a green helmet until you've been there for like 4 months. Because it's important to know who the green helmets are, because those are the guys you have to watch out for. Everybody charged for detention, but I was at the receivers for an hour. Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go. There's some video about contractors being silly on site. They've got to be more careful, be a little more aware of what's going on. When you're on the job site, you're on a place that's unfamiliar to you. Stick to the pavement. Don't drive off where you think you can go. It just causes you more trouble, more grief, and makes it so that you have to spend unnecessary money. So yes. Well, all right, everybody. I appreciate you guys coming out. It's a little rocky start to the stream, but I finally got things rolling along. I'm like, not physically, but I'm gonna verbally yell at myself and slap myself around so I don't forget to do that again. A couple of switches I didn't flip, and yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna fix myself up for that. Hey, DJ Ronnie G. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? So long. Well, I have been asked to come and assist to do some moving, so I'm going to have to start wrapping her up now. We made a software mistake on Trons last week. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, making the mistake of not flipping a couple of switches. It's just like, ugh. What am I, a noob? Come on. But it was just rushing to get the stream started. It was my own damn fault. So in the future, I am going to have a heavy equipment technician come on stream. And we get to hear about her journey from high school to being a journeyman heavy equipment technician. That'll be fun. I have to organize what day it is, but hopefully in the future. I'm working on it right now. So if you know anyone who is in the skilled trades or would like to be on and tell us about it, tell you guys about it, definitely send them my way. I would like to hear from them. I want to talk to everyone that's in the trades and have them on as a guest. We can have a good old time chatting away. Heavy equipment tech, Lizzo? Oh man. You know, I was like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal about Lizzo? I don't know who Lizzo is. What do I know? So I finally looked it up and I'm just like, whoa, man. Okay, yeah, you do you. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. I don't need to see that anymore. Whoopa's in the trades, trading Pokemon. Yeah, you betcha. We always like to do the Pokemon trading. So yes. Well, thanks for coming out, everybody. People like Jake D. Stuck through me through thick and thin, Jake D. Alex Moore. Always good to see ya, the working man. And that one guy, he was by. Nice to see you. Godzillionaire, of course, everyone's favorite kaiju. And DJ Ronnie G. Yeah. You know, it's always nice to see you stop by. Everyone's favorite tech guru. So do me a favor, guys. Please slap that like button. Maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Spread the word. Tell your friends. There's other good channels out there too. Channels like Pacific 414, Blaine's Escape Corner, who is probably streaming right now as we speak. Ronin66, DJ Ronnie G, who is in the chat. He also has his own channel. There's Brandon the Anime Guy, the Nerdporeal Lifeform, Angry Canadian, Whoopa. You want to subscribe to Whoopa Troopa because he has some pretty good, cool chill streams. And last but not least, Punkwaddle, who can be found at Floral from Under a Rock and on his own YouTube channel. I've got a Discord. It's called The Shop because that's where all the tradesmen hang out. They hang out at the shop. Coming up Saturday, game day. Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. I'm going to keep continuing on with that. It's a pretty darn fun game, and I'm getting further and further along. So tune in to cheer me on or jeer me on. I'll take anything. Sunday anime chat. You guys know that there's 5 Sundays this month. You lucky guys, you get 5 Sunday anime chats for beach episodes, and I've been showing 3 different animes each show. So look at that. You gotta tune in on Sunday and find out which new 3 I'm gonna do, and you'll never know which ones are gonna be. You never know which anime has a beach episode and who you get to see in a bikini. Maybe one of your favorite characters. And then after that, it's again back to Trade Stock Tuesday, and hanging out with me, hearing about life in the skilled trades, how to get into them, what to expect, what you can do, the pictures and videos I have to share about the projects. It's all a good time. It's all in the name of spreading the word of the skilled trades to the younger generation who I feel should get into them, and you'll learn yourself a lifelong skill, and you'll be way more effective in your life learning a trade. You're waiting for the Jake D Waifu channel? You know what? That channel would probably do really well. And it gives me an idea. I think somebody threw out an idea. Might have been Jake D. About doing a One Piece waifu tier list. So that's a good idea. Who knows? Maybe they'll come next month or the month after. But I'll definitely get some time to do that, because everybody likes waifus. I know I do, and I'm pretty sure you guys do. So, until next time, my friends, I hope to see you on Saturday at the game stream. Until then, I've been your host, Pop, and I am signing off.